SBTL वेबकास्ट में आपका स्वागत है।
In 21st century, technology has changed the face of our day-to-day life. Various tech tools we have in our hands and they help our life somewhat better. Knowledge, first of all, diverges. It distributes in various disciplines, and later on, this knowledge, it converges together and it becomes more efficient, more useful. Hello friends, this is Lakshmi Raman Oza for Samartha Biology Tutorials, and you are watching SBTL webcasts. So, what makes us alive? What is the factor that makes us different from material objects? What is that thing that makes us alive? And this was a question in front of various different curious philosophers, scientists, and they tried to explain that in their own manner. The first characteristic feature of all living organisms is growth. This growth might be growth in its dry mass, or that may be growth in the number. If you see microorganisms, unicellular organisms, then you will find that they divide and grow in number. Cells in our body, they grow at their natural place, but they can be made to grow in laboratory also. If grown in lab, that is called in vitro culture of cells. Cells are the structural and functional units of living body. Our body is composed of trillions of cells. All these cells, they are of various different types. Few cells, they form our nervous system. Few types of cells, they make our muscles. Few types of cells, they flow in our blood. Few types of cells, they mark the lining of internal structure. There are hundreds of different types of cells which are basically derived from a single cell known as zygote. Zygote is a cell where a male gamete and a female gamete come together and they form paired chromosomes within the nucleus, and that is why it is known as zygote. Zygo means pair, and chromosomes are paired. They get paired after fertilization, and that is why that is called zygote. So, cells are structural and functional units of living organisms. They may be unicellular or they may be multicellular as well. These cells, they can be grown in the lab also. We can take cells, collect cells, and we can keep them alive. We can grow them independently outside our body. We can grow them in vitro. And that is why growth in number of cells, growth in number is not a definitive feature of life, because outside a living body, these cells can be independently grown. Our body shows a wonderful structural organization. The entire body is made up of systems. Systems are made of organs. Organs are made of tissues. And tissues are made of cells. Cells in our body are like a microscopic factory where various different chemical reactions take place. The sum of all these chemical reactions together is known as metabolism. Here, in the second part of this series, we discussed about growth, which is not the distinctive feature of living organisms, but it is one of the features found in living organisms. The next one we are going to discuss is metabolism, and let us continue with the details of metabolism in the next part of this series. Thank you for listening me so kindly. This is Lakshmi Raman Ozha for Samarth Biology Tutorials Latur, and you were watching SBTL webcasts.